One of the common questions that we get as pediatricians is, why do we give the vaccines when we do? And then the timing interval between the booster doses. So probably the best way to explain that is actually go through all the different vaccines. Now, the reason for the timing of the vaccine is to give the vaccine before you're actually exposed to the disease. Afterwards, not going to do us much good. So let's just kind of go through them. Hepatitis B, it's given the very first dose at birth. The reason for that is that babies that are exposed to hepatitis B at birth through their mother have been found to have a 90% conversion to chronic hepatitis B. But if you give this at birth, it keeps that from happening. Haemophilus influenza B, mainly a young baby to young child disease. This was the #1 cause of bacterial meningitis prior to the vaccine in kids less than 1. That's the reason it's given at 2 months to begin with. DTaP, diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, or whooping cough. Diphtheria historically infected young children. Tetanus we get from dirt, so we want to give it before the baby starts crawling and walking, where they're going to start getting into some dirty wounds. Pertussis, because whooping cough typically caused death in children less than 6 months of age. Polio, historically a virus that infected kids less than 5 years of age, but was especially lethal in small babies. Prevnar is a vaccine against strep pneumonia. #1 cause of bacterial meningitis, bacterial pneumonias, bacterial ear infections, bacterial blood infections, especially high mortality in young babies. Hepatitis A. Hepatitis A is food poisoning, so we want to give this before babies are going to start eating lots of table food, where they might get this from contaminated vegetables. Varicella, or chickenpox, a virus that typically infects preschool and school-aged children. We want to give this before 1, they go to school, and 2, before their older siblings start bringing it home to them. Measles, mumps, and rubella, again, a school-age to preschool illness, affecting mainly kids less than 5. And so we want to give it before they're going to be exposed to it. And the HPV virus, human papillomavirus, a sexually transmitted disease. So we want to give it before the young adolescents become sexually active. So that's the reason for the timing of when they're initially begin. Now, some of them are actually limited because they may not be safe for younger children. So why wouldn't we give some of these at birth instead of starting them at 2 months? Because it's just hard to study young babies. And we want to make sure that it's safe as much as possible.